Why do the numbers move? Ree! Anyway, so welcome to Wildwoods, guys. We got wood. And spawning over here on the left side of the map. What's that? I guess the 8:30 position. We got the TheAce9. Time for butchery on his Norse. Up against Tensmengers? I do not know. Anyway, big kudos to him for stepping in. As a fairly unknown player to the ladder, he seems to be pretty good at RTS in general though. He's taking in early hunting dogs, which is nice to see. Conservation tech on there. On his Trife? You'll have to give me some pronunciation lessons, my friend. Anyway, guys. I'll just check the chat quickly now. Sorry to keep you all waiting. Apologies, Hive Shadow, but we're not picking my build right now. We are casting a game here, I'm afraid. And I'm not going to let people pick my build for the tournament, I'm afraid. I think I know what I'm going to play. Anyways. TheAce. Spanning down here onto this hunt as well. So he's going to go for a double hunt opening. I do like this. I don't see it a lot. Advanced players tend to skip going for a second food storehouse this early on. He's not even going for hunting dogs this early. Which is interesting because I'd have thought if he's going double storehouse, you might as well commit to that. Because the second storehouse on the hunt is probably less useful than getting hunting dogs on the first hunt and just having your villager gather up here, in my opinion. Plus, you've got 2 spots to defend at. Although, in saying that, if Tensmenger puts on early barracks pressure, he's forced to attack one at first, and then the other, depending on how early he hits. The Ace really should have cleaned up these two. Dear, what are you doing, my friend? Ace! Ace, please! Ace, stop! Why? Why? Why are you playing like this in a tournament? This is hurting me. Hurting me badly, guys. Anyway, Tensmenger is just gathering wood at the moment. He's gathered all the food he needs so far from over here. He's actually... This is his wood storehouse. Even though he would have been better off going this side. I think he sort of assumed just that the map would have better wood. I don't know how experienced he is with Wildwoods. It's a bit of a strange map because there's bugger all wood on the outer edges of the map. It's a little bit random. And on the middle, there's always this huge chunk of it. Oh, interesting, but nice. I suppose if you deleted 2, you could have 300 stone by now, maybe? No, not quite. He's aged up a little bit fast. 12 villages, yeah. Pretty quick age up there at 11 villages. He hasn't quite got the resources to do a heap with it. Ace going for a third. Well, I suppose it's a gold storehouse as well, but a third food storehouse there. Ace has only got 89 stone, not even 90 stone. What is going on here, guys? I guess that protects him from villager rush. Like a 14 vil age up, and he got 89 stone, like, I suppose 9? TheAce9? A9? I guess? Mind games? So he's going for a forward barracks. He's pulled 2 villages to do it. He's not using the scout on it yet. He's sort of just using them as blockers, basically. Tensmenger, your scout has no idea. Will he find out? Find out next time on Artie's stream. To be continued. Nah, just kidding, guys. Alright, so Tensmenger finishing up with his chisel tech. So he's gathering stone more efficiently. But, well, I suppose by now he probably could have even had the second town center finished. This is really interesting from Ace. I like this though. He's securing a gold and a stone by doing this. Like, this being so close together it's a gift and a curse, having resources so close together. Because if you seize it, you've got so much protected. If your opponent seizes it over your side of the map with a forward proxy base thing, it costs you a fuckload. So, Ace has taken his handsaw tech, getting some dogs, getting some spears, probably going to add TAs and spears here. Second barracks coming out. think this would be some really creative stuff here from him. Second town center going down for Tensmenger. Ace's second town center, nowhere to be seen. He's not gathering any stone just yet. Maybe he's gone for over 75 stone just so he can get either the pierce armor or the melee damage upgrade, because either of them in NVG are sort of your most ideal upgrades to queue up first. Because generally the Greek player is not going to try and win through pure melee damage onto you, but you will basically be doing that to him. And you'll basically do that in every matchup. So that's just a little quick tip for armories, for Norse players, from a Norse player, who's not necessarily the best at it, but likes to have a go. But this sort of style of build is something both Ace and I can really share common interest in. We got this mass of outposts and barracks off one base Norse. Well, I mean one TC Norse. He's even cut villages for the time being. Oh, there we go. He's added in more. He's sort of cutting villages in order to squeeze out more military here, which is something you'll see advanced players do because they know they're only about half a second away or a second away from queuing up that next villager. When people do it in that fashion, it's planned and it's good. When people do it in a fashion where they're dropping villages for like 15 seconds, 10 seconds, 8 seconds, it's terrible. So keep that in mind, guys. As long as you've got like a good number of villages on your food, you can actually get away with dropping villages briefly if you know you're going to squeeze out more military and take a good fight to compensate. In saying that, the fact that Tensmenger has managed to go with this Toxotes based opening means he's pretty protected from this, because Ace now actually has to have stables to really be able to threaten this bowman ball. Dogs alone won't do it till their pierce armor upgrade, which is actually behind this dog training upgrade, and they need age 3. Meanwhile, spearmen don't trade very well against bowmen at all, any bowman unit at all, including Toxotes. Throwing axemen trade okay, but you need to basically have a higher value army to even think about winning that, and better micro, and follow it up with raiders anyway, or war dogs. So really, Ace is going to have to struggle to get the stables out now, and try and also think about getting a second town center at some stage, because Tensmenger 32 villages to Ace's 29. Ace has, like I said, been very good in making sure that when he cuts villages, it's for like less than a second, because he's up to 29 villages, 30 villages. Tensmenger's only on 34, even though his second town center's out much faster. So Ace, he's down a town center, but he's not behind a town center's worth of economy. So he's leveraging this to continue to really punish Tensmenger's position on the map. Like, most of the gold here is actually over Ace's side of the map, from what I can see. I mean, Tensmenger probably hasn't got a perfect scout up here, but a lot of this is really heavily favored towards Ace at the moment. And if now that he's secured this gold mine of Tensmenger, it's going to be really hard for Tensmenger to do a lot, because all Ace needs to do is secure this, and then there's not really a lot Tensmenger has left to gather out in the map. And this is perfect. It's just on the very outer edge of the guard tower. Now slowly whittle away at these houses. Tensmenger is forced to have to get some melee in here. He's going to try to get age 3 and maybe make use of cavalry, as well as Toxotes champion, in order to be able to do so. But Ace, now that he has some raiders, this is going to be a very good fight for him, because Tensmenger, even though he's getting all this infantry kills, he's not focusing down the raiders individually. So he's actually going to take a fair bit of damage here as they get hits. Will kill the Toxotes relatively quickly, and Ace might even be able to do this just with this crummy force of spearmen and raiders and dogs. Oh no. Maybe Tensmenger can keep enough bowmen alive. Now he's going to try and focus down the raiders. Just stop commanders. Oh, there we go. 2 good kills here for Tensmenger. But Ace still streaming units, and he's going to get 3 sets of warhounds and spears in at a time. It's really scary. Why does it say dogs cost 20 food? Do they cost 20 food? That's nuts. I thought it was 25. But Tensmenger manning as much of a defense as he can, but he's out of wood. He's managing to squeeze out Toxotes champion, which is going to give him the extra health and damage he needs to get these kills. But he needs to be able to squeeze out units as well, and he's going to try to get the barracks. So he's got the melee damage as well, but Ace still streaming in war dogs, still streaming in the raiders here as well. and the Spearman. So a really strange but good comp here, which I think is the way to play Norse at the moment. He doesn't have any throwing axemen, which he, against Hyper and TA, you'd think would just kill him, but because he's managed to get this early pressure down, I think he's going to really fare incredibly well here. He's going to continue to pick off these houses. There's no units out here for Tensmenger. He's not gathering anything. He's just waiting for individual units to try and stream out of his 3 buildings, but oh, here we go. He's going to get a little bit of value up here, but meanwhile, Ace with the Raiders and the Spears, he's going to get a fair bit of damage out on this town center. Tensmenger is going to have to try and repair this eventually. He needs to try and keep gathering wood, and because he's out of wood and gold, he's not making any more talks. He's got a few hypers left in the queue, but this is going to pretty much be GG for him, I think. Ace is continuing just to mass up his eco behind this. It's up to 42 vills. Tensmenger is down to 26, so Ace is well ahead with the 1 base. I think this is going to be the death knell. So Tensmenger forced to send out his villagers because he's got nothing left. He's got 3 hypers, no villagers left in the queue. He's going to try and gather what he can. He needs to try and maybe villager micro in and out of the buildings to get kills here, even with his units, with his villagers. But GG, he taps out. Ace takes the series 2-0, guys. Well played to both players, but Tensmenger, unfortunately, man, you're headed to the losers bracket, and Ace continues through to round 2 in the winners. So, GG, guys. Ace with some really, really interesting play there with the Norse 1 base. That's unbelievable, guys.